All right. There's still, I think, just 13 seconds or something left in the actual half, but we just thought we'd go ahead and start because there's a bunch of people in here already waiting. Charlie Burris, Jonathan Crompton. This, of course, is the A to Z Sports Big Orange halftime reaction show. Just as we suspected, Tennessee is going to kneel down to in the half. There were 7 seconds left. I misspoke there. Yeah. Kneel down. Tennessee leads 19-3. An interesting half that I don't want to brag, Cromp, right off the top, but this game is sort of going almost exactly like I predicted it would on our show this week.
Nice.
But yeah, let's get into this. The halftime show, of course, brought to us by the good folks at Zen Sports. We'll tell you more about them in a little bit, but right off the top, your high-level thoughts on what we just seen, Cromp.
Well, first off, I don't know if I've ever seen this happen before, where we get strip sack, fumble.
It was wild.
Twice. And both the very next play on after both of them, our defense gets a turnover right back for us.
Yeah.
Like one time I get it, but if it happens twice in the same game, that's super, super rare. And I know we got a kind of makeshift O-line going around. We're on a third left tackle. But we're playing okay offensively. We're not playing great by any means, but I'm going to tell you this. I would much rather be up 19-3 with our defense playing the way that they're playing right now and our offense going, get your head out of your rear end, because when it does, then you go, oh, crap, for anybody that plays us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the way I look at it. Like I look at stats and I go, all right, Nico's 8 of 11, 126 and a touchdown, but in all honesty, it's only really 2 throws. Yep. The 66-yard, which phenomenal throw on that to Thornton, by the way. Beautiful ball right over the safety on a bang 8 post. And then Brew doing what Brew does on the other one. Other than that, it's been very, very lackluster pass game.
It has been. Yeah.
I mean, hey, but you know what? Brent Venables is one of the best defensive-minded people in the game.
I mean, I will say, I do get the feeling as far as the pass game goes. Now, they may in the second half just kind of ratchet it down, try to run the ball like they did on that last drive. Clearly, it worked. You scored a touchdown. But yeah. I think this is a wear 'em down method, because here's the deal with how this game's set up for Tennessee beforehand. If Tennessee could run the ball on Oklahoma's defensive line, this one's over. This is done. And because that is where Tennessee wins this game, because eventually you could wear them down, then hit them over the top. So far, you've been able to both, not as much as you would like, but you've been able to run the ball. An unbelievable pass from Nico for a touchdown. I mean, you've done a lot of what you wanted to, and I would say this: Oklahoma's lucky this lead isn't bigger. I mean that's about it. I think
you're right.
Seriously, I 100%. I mean, Tennessee had enough opportunities to just bury these boys, and they shot themselves in the foot.
That's the thing, though, is that is on our offense. Yep. We played well enough, but like I said, outside of the 2 pass plays, and then just being able to run the ball on that last drive, we haven't looked great. I mean, we just haven't. But we're up 19-3. It's so much better to go, oh, we haven't looked great and we've got a 16-point lead, than going, man, we look great and we're going, dude, this is closer than it needs to be. So that, and we get the ball right after half. We go down and get a score. It completely changes the outcome of this of the ball game early on, because now they've already made a quarterback change. He's got 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, a fumble, a pick, and a lateral. And he's clearly showing, to me, and this is just me, he's clearly showing on how overrated the 15,000 different ranking systems there are coming out of high school nowadays.
he's not ready. He's not ready
because everybody goes out and creates a ranking now, it feels like.
Yeah.
He was just and I'm not saying he's a bad ball player. I'm just telling you he's not an SEC caliber quarterback, but Brent Venables schematics is an SEC caliber defensive scheme.
It is 100%.
It really is.
I mean, they lost Kendall Dolby there, pretty gruesome injury, and that's big. I I don't know if that last Deshaun Terry injury was fake. They did have to carry him off. The first one was fake for sure. And
He's their. You can tell he's their sniper guy.
Yeah, he's their fake injury guy.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah, but like I said, they call it a sniper, and if you get pointed at, you go down.
Hey, it's
like it is what it is. You
Tennessee,
just go down.
Tennessee has that on the punt or on the extra point unit. I mean,
yes, every team has it.
And I would say this isn't exactly like the Ole Miss game a few years ago where Lane Kiffin faked an injury every 2 seconds. But
True.
I mean, we all get it. Herbie pointed it out on the actual broadcast. Like, look at this dude; he's not hurt. This is ridiculous,
Yep.
And that's the game you play when you're Josh Heupel with the way that he does things. And thankfully, he went out, especially that last drive before the half. I mean, they just imposed their will, and that was really, really impressive because. I mean, we've already mentioned it some, but the offensive line right now is a little patchwork. Lance Hurd, obviously, not in there. John Campbell gets hurt. We don't know the extent of that, but I'm going to guess he's out for the rest of this game at least. And so that right there, you're working with Larry Johnson at right tackle. Dane Davis he's just trying to get by over there. And he's had some whiffs. And you went out and you ran the ball down the throat and you scored a touchdown. I mean, Dylan Sampson's an absolute dog. I think they ran to Sean Bishop early to try to sort of save Sampson's legs. This is theory on my part. Save Sampson's legs a little bit, and then they're putting him in here when Oklahoma's defense is more worn down. And look, I mean, proof's in the pudding. Beautiful drive to end the half there.
Yeah, no, and I was early on. I was confused. It's like, did Sampson get tweaked? Something?
I was worried.
What's going on? I was like, why is he not? He's our workhorse. Why is he not in? But at the end with him getting 8 carries in a row. I mean, he's got 12 carries for 55 yards and a touchdown. So pretty solid first half, in all honesty, for him. Now, I do think that our run game needs to pick it up a little bit. We're 28 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Now, granted, Nico's got -5 because of sacks, and then Squirrel has 1 for -7, so that obviously hurts. But at this point, a typical Tennessee team under Josh Heupel, we're around 120-ish. So that's, once again, that is kudos to Venables and his schematics. But, I mean, we have to pick up our stuff offensively. There was a comment a few minutes ago asked what I would do if I'm the coordinator coming out in the second half. We got to get something in the pass game besides the big play.
Yes.
But But here's the thing. What is our offensive system? That is our offensive system. It is literally the screens or deep balls. We live by the sword, die by the sword. We know that.
Yep.
So I'm sitting here saying we need to get something besides the big play. So that means we have to be able to run the ball effectively. We got to get a little bit creative, not for trick plays in the run game, but I think we need to get a little creative on how we position our O-line to help and not hide, but help with tight ends or a second or third tailback to help the backside of the run for our tackles right now, because that's where we're getting hurt.
Yes.
So we got to come out and run the ball, but we just got to be able to run it effectively. So we got to get creative on how we do our blocking schemes, whether it's an extra tailback, a tight end, an extra lineman, something to run counter, but have the extra. It's called a hinge block. Have 2 hinge blocks. And make sure that backside D end or strong safety coming off the edge doesn't run us down like they have.
Yeah, I would also say blocking on those screens. Clearly they're.
The receivers are blocking piss poor right now.
Yeah, that is so key, and it is just not working. And I will say of OU, an elite defensive backfield. I mean, they got a All-American back there, and a couple other good guys.
Oh, their Mike linebackers are dude, by the way.
Oh,
so this is not any slight on them. I don't think we're there. I don't think I know we're banged up, but let's call it like it is. If we want to make a run at a championship, when we're going to get banged up, our dude's got to come in and be able to play and be effective. I mean, that's just how it works.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Because it might ultimately get you this win tonight because Oklahoma's offense is, I mean, Jackson Arnold's lost out there, and he's running for his life. I mean, he's just scared, and they replaced him there before the end of the half. Maybe that kid comes in.
I thought that was
goes off
kind of a weird call just to come out there
Yeah.
for 50 seconds or whatever it was.
And it might have just been like, let's not get our dude injured before the half. Like, just kind of
could have been, but you can
Yeah.
also go out there and just hand it off.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, and maybe
Like,
they do run that other kid.
I'm going to be very curious on who runs out there first play for them.
Yeah,
I mean, I really am. Like, I'm glad we're getting the ball, but I kind of wish they were getting the ball for that sense.
Yeah, just to
Like,
see.
just speed that process up for us.
Yeah, I mean,
our defense, guys, our defense is much better than we played Chattanooga. NC State's proven to be not very good. And then Kent State, who, by the way, in the past 2 weeks with us and Penn State is it's like 120-0. All right. So it's like, okay, how good is our defense really going to stack up? Well, they're pretty damn good.
I mean,
it's that simple. They came to play. Our developing and our recruiting is we're starting to finally see that.
Yes, it's elite. It's period case. It's 100%. It's elite. You will get scored on by Alabama. You know, and some teams like that. But when you have a kid that's a deer in headlights like Jackson Arnold is right now, this is exactly how it's going to look. They're going to eat this dude alive, and it's keeping you alive right now. I mean, 19 points is a nice half of football. Make no bones about that.
Yeah.
17 offensively. But it is just, there's plenty to improve upon on the offensive side, but the defense is just nasty, man. They're just, I mean, I think you saw Boo Carter went to the locker room. Again, speculation on my part, I don't know, but he might have hit a guy so hard that he concussed himself earlier. and it's not funny because we need him. But
that has happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a nasty set of dudes. They pure
Exactly.
and simple. And I will say this, folks are talking about it in the comments here. This field, Oklahoma should be absolutely ashamed. It's
all right. No, but it's not, guys. I'm telling you, this strategic. I was texting one of my coaches tonight about the field, and then Herb Street and them even said it. So here, true story. 2005, we go up to Notre Dame, and we walk out there, and we're like, "What the crap is this?" Like, you got your shoes on. The grass is like halfway up your tennis shoes. Doesn't happen that way on a football field. Come to find out, they would grow it and only barely trim it enough for faster teams, and they played USC at home that year.
Wow.
Right? So even though Oklahoma's fast, that is a strategy that teams use against faster teams. It happens a lot more regularly than people think on grass fields at that level because they have a maintenance field staff. So there is zero conspiracy behind that. Notre Dame was forced to turf their field because of doing that.
I mean, the best thing that it did tonight was get their defensive lineman to rip his leg in half. So congratulations.
Well, yeah, that's what you won't convince me that Oklahoma's not doing that.
No, wouldn't surprise me at all.
If you watch them against who was it? Tulane.
Yep.
That field, it looked like it was burnt.
It was brown and crispy. I mean,
it looked like it was late November in Western North Carolina at a high school football game. No, I'm being serious, because I remember watching, going, that is not, late August, early September SEC football field. Now look at it; it's about that much longer, and it's on purpose.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment, but intentional or not, I mean, it's just a shame because obviously it's only holding Tennessee back to a certain extent, and it's getting dudes hurt. Whatever the origin of that is, incompetence or intentional. I don't know. Get out of this league with that. It's South Carolina 2 years ago. It's the perfect formula for non-contact injuries. Just, I don't know, screw you for that if that's what they've done. But let's talk about this now. Who will be the player that we should bet on in this second half to bring Tennessee the victory, to close out? You're up by 16 points, a really solid first half, a foundation that I think could lead to Tennessee hopefully sort of burying these boys. That would obviously be the ideal outcome. So who will you bet on in the second half? I'll let you think about it, Crumple. I tell everybody about the good folks at Zen Sports. Football is back. And what a better way to bet on the big games than with Zen Sports. When you sign up for Zen Sports, you'll automatically earn up to a $100 no danger first wager. If your first bet loses, you'll be reimbursed for the amount of your bet up to $100. And for football season, Zen Sports is launching a revamped betting platform for both college football and the NFL. What's better? With that new look, Zen Sports will be offering daily promotions, including odds boosts, same-game parlays, and no danger wagers, and a whole lot more. There's even a one-of-a-kind VIP rewards program that you can see the details of at zensports.com/VIP. You can get comps at sporting events, concerts, sportsbook bonuses with that program. It's cool. Check it out. What are you waiting for? Start betting with Zen Sports, where you will receive true odds on all parlays and an enhanced user experience. Get going and download at zensports.com today. Zen Sports. Betting just got better. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. No danger. Wager limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Boosted odds are derived from equivalent parlay bets offered in Tennessee. Must be 21 or older in Tennessee to bet.
Getting faster and faster. Love it.
Nailed it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm happy with that one. So who are you betting on in the second half, Crump? Who is the players that can
I was going to say,
I'm
glad you made it plural, because I was going to kind of cheat and go our D-line. We've only given up 82 total yards tonight.
That's nasty work.
And that's, I mean, exactly. We've given up 28 rushing yards. Now, granted, we only have 78, but we've only given up 28. Like 78 equals to over a 100-yard rushing game. 28 does not equate to that. You know what I mean? Like when you math it out. So I'm going D-line to the old game maxim, put on more steam, keep it there for 60 minutes, and put this one away. I really do. Especially if they take Arnold out. Yeah. If they take him out, I would assume that Banks is going to go, all right, here we go. Bring the stuff. Let's see what young Buck can do. And go from there. So I think D-line, I don't think their O-line can block our D-line.
Not at all.
I just don't. I really don't. And what they have 11 different combinations they can use on O-line, and they try to say that that's an advantage, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's lack of continuity to me.
Yes.
As a former quarterback and as a coach, that is lack of continuity. There's one position group that you want stability and the same fives going every game, and that is offensive line. So I don't want to sit here and hear, 11 different combinations. They go out there and they can give different looks. Nope. That's complete BS. That is them just trying to hype their team up. That's the one group you have to have continuity with.
I mean, it's kind of like that old saying with QBs. If you have two QBs, you don't have one. You know, if you have 11 offensive linemen, you don't have one offensive line. Like it's
exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly not great. Right. I did like this answer. Maybe this is what I'll go with. DMS says Brew McCoy. I'll say Brew McCoy.
I would love Brew. That's my love watching that kid play.
Have somebody, and I will say so far in this game, from that one big catch Bruce showed, I mean, he's just, I don't know if it was all the rehab from that injury. He just gotten to work, knows the grindstone, but he just looks strong. And something's there that I honestly don't think was there before the injury. And so get him the ball, get Brazel the ball, get somebody. Let's get something going through the air in addition to the ground. And this one's over. Bury these boys because the opportunity is there. Agree. You're already up by 16. Let's do it. All right.
Because here's the thing. If we can go down and score on this first drive, preferably a touchdown, but if we get points, all right, we're already up 16. But if we get points, it's an automatic 3-score ball game.
Yes.
Now that's when we can pin our ears back up front, or I'll just say front 7 because we can blitz, but just our front 7 can pin their ears back and say, all right, secondary, I don't care if we play man or zone. Know what we're calling. We're bringing the stuff. They can't block us. It's just that simple. So that's when you're going to see their mistakes pick up.
Yes. They'll be forced to throw the ball
early on.
They'll have to throw the ball with 2 kids that can't throw the ball. It's a golden opportunity.
Exactly.
So
And
hopefully
they're going to
everything.
try to throw it, then they're going to end up holding it, and that's when we can get more sacks, more strip sacks. Back them up, get great field position. That's when the score can get out of hand, but it's all predicated on us getting a score early to go up 3 scores. That's the main thing.
And you know what streak is still alive if they can keep it? Still no touchdowns for this.
That's what giving them a touchdown all season.
What's it? 18 quarters
18
in a row. That's just incredible. So make it 20. Yeah. Let's make it 20, and Tennessee's going to win this football game. All right. Charlie Burris, Jonathan Rumpton, we will be back post-game. Win, lose, draw. We'll be here on the A to Z Sports, I guess, game day reaction. Yeah, that's it. We will talk to y'all in just a bit. Go Vols.